Collecting. Welcome in episode 27 of Flag Football tonight. Here with my co-host, Mr. Mikey Howe. You got your fresh uniform on tonight. Why don't you tell the boys what that uniform represents?
Every year we play in a tournament. It was originally for Travis Roy. It's a football tournament for spinal cord victims. It's still for spinal cord victims. It's just Travis Roy unfortunately passed away, and then once he passed away, the parents, I think he told them, as if he ever passed away, it's a lot on your parents to take care of a quadriplegic as it is. Plus, they did so much for a tournament. So, used to be, dude, they used to get hundreds of people there. Now it's downsized a little bit, but we still go up to Vermont every year and raise money for a great cause for people in, wheelchairs, get them motorized scooters, everything to help them out. So it's
Love
for a great
that.
cause.
And you guys have been doing that for 5 years or so now? 5+ years?
Me personally, about I think this is my 6th year, but I think the Boston Patriots have been around for close to a decade now. And
Really?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, and then the tournament itself has been around, I think, over 20 years. So
That's cool.
yeah, and it's for a great cause. It's a lot of fun.
Nice little weekend getaway for
That's
a good
it.
cause. You can't hate that.
Absolutely.
So for this episode, season's winding down, buddy. Regular season's all done. We got the play-in tournament officially in the books.
Like there's teams that don't exist anymore.
There's teams that are fucking dead forever.
Dust in the wind, dude.
Yep. They're
Dust in
just
the wind. Which hurts
memory.
me. Yeah, that hurts me kind of because
That does kind of
you
hurt.
know what I mean. It just that's when
Season's
you know
cruising, man. You know what I mean? We like I said, play-in tournaments in the books. We got a couple special guests that are going to be joining us here shortly. Um, we got the captains of both winning teams for the play-in tournament, so they're going to join in and they're going to kind of break down the play-in tournament, the games, and we'll ask them some questions along the way.
Are they now? Quick
Might have to
pause.
help.
Are they actually? Because I want to cover something before they get in, but we can
Okay.
wait till after. Are they ready right this second, or can we?
I see that Ben's ready and Junior is not in there yet. So
Okay. So while you're contacting Junior, and you can kind of help me out with this a little bit, Patty. But we didn't have an episode last week.
Nope.
And that was because of
I'm crippled.
yeah, Patrick. Do you want to give us an update on the knee? I know a lot of people are asking or.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody reaching out. It honestly, it goes a long way. When you fuck your knee up like that, you definitely get pretty down. Start thinking of, just you're down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're down. But anyways, I had my initial meeting with an orthopedic, and he did some tests on my leg himself. I have not had an MRI done. I'm scheduling an MRI, but the doctor's hopeful that I did not tear anything, so I'm really really hoping that everything is all good. Had some little improvements. It's still pretty sore, but the doctors called it a knee sprain. I still have to get an MRI. I'd be super fucking thankful if it's just a knee sprain, but those can last quite some time as well. So that might be around. I'm going to be out of commission here for at least a couple months, and you never know what the future will hold.
Absolutely.
So
Rest up, Patty Ice.
yeah.
What happened real quick now that because I see that we have both players playing winners, and we'll get into that shortly. But the only two games that mattered week 9, which we didn't get to recap, was first was Boom Boom had to play Hustlers. Now, if Hustlers wins, Hustlers didn't have to make. Hustlers could get in by two different ways. Hustlers could get in by either beating Boom Boom, or if they lost to Boom Boom, they had to hope that BBL could beat Bad Boys. And Boom Boom actually beat Hustlers. And then after that, so it was a big game for BBL versus Bad Boys for Hustlers to get in. If Bad Boys beat us, they were in and didn't have to play in the play-in tournament. Game didn't mean anything for us technically, but we were just going to lay down without a fight.
Yeah.
And we managed to beat Bad Boys on.
That was a good game.
It was a great game.
Yeah.
We beat them on the last play of the game. We scored to tie it, and then we end up scoring the 1-point conversion with no time left on the clock. So
who caught that?
just to go in, Porter who's up for most improved player, caught the game tying touchdown, and then Ant, who's also up for most improved
Let's let
player,
it go. A couple of losses.
catches the game winner. So that's just to set you up for the play-in. So Bad Boys, who I didn't see, if you told me at the beginning of the year that they're going to be in the play-in, I would have been shocked.
Yeah.
They're in the play-in. Hustlers goes to the playoffs.
Yep. So there you have it. I think our guests are ready. I'll pull them up. Bring them in.
And not to spoil what other people might not know yet, but
Welcome in, gentlemen. Feel free to turn your cameras on in case anyone wants to see your mugs.
All right. Hang on a second.
all right, I can hear Junior.
How you doing, Junior?
Sorry, guys, I'm not hip with this stuff. Hang on.
That's all right, buddy. Take your time.
Gonna have to bring Ben back.
Are you on your phone or a laptop?
Here I am.
Oh, there you are. You're on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Can you turn it sideways so that way you're the same screen? There we
Perfect.
go. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. And then, I always thought Ben was kind of
But we're finding out that he doesn't.
Ben, are you there, bud?
What?
There.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Ben?
we can hear you, Ben.
Turn the camera on, Benjamin.
Ben,
It
blink
was
twice if
fucking
you're
on.
in trouble. It's not on.
Well, listen, buddy. Junior figured it out, no problem.
It was just
really-
on in the chat
Fucking
room. We were
settle
just in
down.
the chat room together. And
Fuck
Oh,
you.
Oh my God, Ben, can you turn your camera, please?
I think Bryce said it best that. He said. I was gonna say Ben has a face for radio, not Junior. But hey,
Like that?
Ben,
There you go.
can you figure it out,
Yep.
please?
Yep.
Boom Boom's still
Buddy,
waiting
I'm
to
on
pay
my
that
fucking
Wi-Fi
phone. I'm
bill.
on my laptop.
We'd like to
Fuck
shout
you.
out Boom Boom Games. Obviously, Ben right now is having trouble with his Wi-Fi. Go buy some from Boom Boom Games so
that
my
way-
man can get some Wi-Fi.
So the lights stay.
So,
on.
yeah, so he's not streaming from a Verizon chocolate phone.
Motorola Razr.
Yeah. But Patty, what do we got?
Gentlemen,
Really is,
well,
though.
welcome in. Appreciate you guys for joining the show this week. We invited you guys because both your teams were able to get out of the gauntlet. You guys made it past the play-in tournament, so good shit there. We just wanted to kind of ask you guys a recap and stuff like that. So who'd you guys play first game?
who's going first?
Go
You
ahead,
can
Junior.
go first because Ben looks nervous.
We played TDM first game. So I actually didn't make it to that game until like 4 minutes left in the game. I was like really sick Sunday morning. So actually, you know what? Crazy story. I was sick as a dog. I woke up Sunday morning. I let the guys know in the chat that I wasn't gonna be there. It was tearing me apart. I had the footballs. Johnny texted me right away. He's like, "Dude, you have the ball." I was like, "Fuck, man."
On my
'Cause
way.
we have a ball that we like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was dying, bro. I was dying. I fell back asleep in my bed at like 7:40. I was having a crazy fever dream until like 8:05, and I dreamt that we had beaten TDM in the first game, and we were going on to play Demon Time in the second game. I woke up sweating at like 8:03, 8:04, and I was like, "Dude, I got to get to this fucking game, man." So I slapped my big boy pants on, got in my fucking car, and started driving to Lowell in hopes that they would win the game by the time I got there so that we could play a second game. Sure enough, we pulled up. They won. Johnny had the game-sealing pick at the end on DJ to seal it up. Then we moved on. I told them, I was like, dude, my dream, we played the second game and we beat Demon Time. So, I mean, we're on the first game, so I won't go on the second game, but I was watching the live as I was driving to Lowell. So I had it on my phone. I had it propped up as I was driving. And it looked like they were just locking it down on defense. Past couple of weeks, I feel like the defense has been killing it. A lot better than what we were doing for the first like 5-6 weeks of the season for sure. But I know it was only a 30-minute game in total, but to hold that TDM offense, I think they only scored 6 points. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was pretty big. And my brother stepped up huge too. He's growing a set of big boy balls and taking over. So
I'm gonna be
Props up.
honest with you, Junior. I didn't even with you there. I probably, if you looked out, TDM was probably favorites in that game. I
Yeah,
would think.
definitely.
And
yeah.
I got to give you guys a lot of credit because I didn't even know you weren't there, and for them, everyone just to step up no matter what happened during the season, and your captain, it's tough to show up for a game like that. Your captain's not there. You've had a rough season, and that just shows the heart of that team. I think we've said that too. I mean, it's just we've
I've
always
never
said
seen
that-
them look checked out throughout
Yeah.
the whole entire
Yeah.
season. They've never looked checked out.
Yeah.
A
And that's
lot of our
great.
losses were 1 score, 2 score losses. I think the only game or games, if I'm remembering correctly, from only flags, because I think they scored in like garbage time at the end, and it ended up being like a 3 score game.
Mhm.
But the only game that was like an absolute disaster was when we played Risley week 3, and they dominated us. It was like 53 to like 18 or something like that. But we go out, we play prime time, we lose the prime time. It was like either a 6 or 12 point game. We lose to the gods by 12 or 13 or something like that.
Yeah, and Pat
You know,
recorded that game.
we
He told
come-
me that game was really closer
Yeah.
than what it
Yeah.
looked like at the end. Too.
Candy played good that game.
Yeah.
it wasn't, and I know people make, I don't know if it's jokes that they make or if they think it's what they see, where they think that we've imploded on each other throughout the season, and that really just hasn't been the case, like,
No.
at all.
Mhm.
And
you
I've told the
proved it,
guys too.
obviously.
Yeah, I told the guys too. I said, like, offense hasn't really been our issue because we were putting up 40, 50 points a game, like anywhere between 35 to 50 points a game. And correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. This is an opinion right here, but I think in the league nowadays, scoring 35 to 50 points a game should win you majority games.
Almost every game. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a way different with just the way
letting
the
up
league's set up.
letting up 40 to 50 points a game is what's going to lose you a lot of your games in the season.
Mhm.
And I think that's where we started off wrong and didn't adjust quick enough to where I guess it went from being an offensive heavy league to not being that way this season specifically. I don't think anybody score 70 this season?
It can
Only
happen
Flags did, right?
twice, but they were both against Nor'easters, and one was only flags, and then the other one was Hustlers, but only
Wow,
Nor'easters
70?
only had 5 guys, and it was that rain game. So it's
Oh.
very, very, very rare to happen nowadays to score 70.
Used to happen.
It used to happen every game. Every week there'd be at least 3 or 4 games they'd end quick. That's why people think that games drag on now, because this league was created. You played a 70 or 30 minutes, but everyone always used to hit 70. But now it's
So what is that? Is that the competition throughout the league right there, or?
that, and the competition got better, and the field got way bigger.
Oh,
So I like longer. So it is more difficult to move the football, and you got more IQ. You know what I mean? Back then we were playing backyard football, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So
Plumbers
All
and
right, so-
electricians.
yeah,
So, Ben, you guys played, what was it, Nor'easter's first game?
Yeah, we played Nor'easters, and that was kind of scary. It was kind of shitty seeing bad boys draw whiskey boys who showed up with only 4, knowing that we had to play Nor'easters who, honestly, the last 5 weeks of the year have been playing some of the best football in the league. They should have beat Punishers, but Nuji jumped at the end of the game. They almost beat you guys, but there was some refereeing, mismatching there. They just been playing good ball. And
you already knew he was throwing that in there. Yeah.
Nuji's legit. Devin's there. JJ, we got lucky. Showed up a little late because obviously he's dynamic and a game changer. And they were coming off beating Whiskey Boys with only 5 guys. And Derek's a dog on defense, and he had his guys up for the last half of the season, even with no wins. So that was kind of a scary game going in. But we knew we could take care of business, and JJ showed up late, so that helped. And then we just we kind of went back and forth, and then there was a call. Nuji put it on the post. You probably saw it, where like they thought that Devin was in. I feel like that Sam pulled it early, but the camera angle was off. You couldn't really tell, but I mean, it was a back and forth game. And then honestly, at the very end, they had a 2-point conversion to go ahead with a minute to go in the game, and Christian on their team dropped the ball. Like literally was wide open, and the ball just went right through his hand. So we still would have had a minute to answer, but they should have been up 21-20 with a
Wasn't
minute
there
to go.
another
So
drop too, Ben? There was another one before that.
yeah, Derek dropped a touchdown earlier, but that was more of like a contested catch. It was not as, he dropped it, but it wasn't as like wide open as Christian was. Christian literally just like this ball just right through his hands.
Stuff.
I don't know how contested either one of those were, buddy.
No, he's saying they weren't. Sam.
Buddy,
Oh, he's
you were
saying
with your
Derek's
fucking
there.
knee all wrapped up.
What's his
I would
name?
have caught that thing with that.
Danny-
I would have caught that thing
With
on
your
crutches,
crutches.
buddy.
With your crutches.
Yeah, I would have caught that.
Danny Cruz made a good point too that Whiskey quit at halftime. I seen they only had 4 guys. It's just crazy.
I mean, I kind of respect it. At the same
Yeah.
time, it's like 6-on-4 in the play-in tournament. Like, with
Yeah.
all due respect, like,
Yeah. Actually,
You know.
honestly, I think that hurt the bad boys that Whiskey quit because then they wound up having to sit even longer.
not gain really.
I'm
any
not making
momentum.
any more excuses for that fucking team. I'm not. I love everyone on the Bad Boys. Those are a lot of those dudes are my dogs. So, but they know that there's no excuse for that result.
Yeah.
Bad Boys should be playing this Sunday. There's no matter which way you chop it. That
Yeah.
team should be playing, whether it's the quarterback issues or not, even with that talent around you. That team should be playing on Sunday. There's no excuse for them not to be playing on Sunday. I'll leave it at that, but I think
So-
most people would agree.
Then game 1, who gets the game ball on Boom Boom for game 1 versus Nor'easters?
For Nor'easters?
No, like against them. Who got the game ball for Boom Boom? Who's the player of the game?
For
For that
Nor'easters, Rodriguez, Michael Rodriguez.
Okay. And then
That was
Junior,
like
you
with-
were. Sorry, I might have
It
asked
was like
it weird,
No, it was like the Oprah of fucking stiff arms. Everyone was getting a fucking stiff arm.
Yeah, he played well. Junior, I know you showed up late, but who do you think gets the game ball for TDN or for KND in game 1?
Honestly, probably my brother.
Yeah.
Without being biased, like honestly, just being completely honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. He filled in
He
to play
hasn't played
quarterback.
quarterback much this year. I'm sure he's gotten some snaps, but to get thrown out there without the captain and win the game against a good TDM team.
Yep, that's tough. So, all right. Who did you guys match up in the next game? Or go ahead, Junior.
Well, just so you guys know, the plan was for him to throw whether I was going to be there. The plan was for me to be there, but the game plan was for him to throw regardless.
Right.
But
you're probably his top target outside of Shane Boss, maybe, and that's tough. And you're the leader of that team.
Yeah, I mean, second game, I probably led the team in catches, but first game, I think it was spread out pretty evenly. The second game, since you just transitioning right into that, I think he still deserves game ball for second game too, because it was good at first. They stopped us first drive. They came out. Our defense was playing well, pulling flags. I think they scored on like 3rd or 4th and goal or something like that. So we went down. We answered. He was just calling good plays. He was staying poised. You know, even when we didn't gain yards on a play, he wasn't like losing his mind or anything like that. He threw a nice touchdown to Gagne. And then we came back when Demon Time scored again, and he threw a post over the middle to me, and I jumped up and dropped it. It went right through my hands, and Keo picked it off and almost fixed it, and he pulled Keo's flag at like the 5, and then I think they ended up scoring again on like 4th and goal. So they ended up going up 2 scores. It was 19-6 at one.
I heard at halftime it was 19-6.
It was 19-6. At halftime, Shane Bloss came over, and he made an executive decision and changed up the defense. And I'm not going to say on the live what we did.
Yeah.
You guys can watch. If anybody wants to scout that, you can watch the film yourself. But
Yeah.
he made a call to change the defense. We went with it. He was fired up. It seemed like he knew what he was doing. And they didn't score again in the second half, and we scored both drives. And
shout out Shane Boss, 1st round pick, and he can make those calls if you're a 1st round pick. You know what I mean? And obviously it worked out, dude.
Shane probably had like, I don't know, man, like between like 15 and 20 flag pulls between those 2 games alone.
I was crutching my way in, and I saw him catch a touchdown as I was crutching in there.
And how did this game ending will look like? It was crazy. Keo got pulled at like the 1 or 2 at the end or something like that, or did I see that incorrectly?
Yeah. So you know what? I'll go co-game ball to Shane and Johnny. And if there was a runner-up in that game, a dark horse runner-up, I'm giving that to Lee.
Okay. So what happened?
So Lee was just pulling flags like a maniac. Him and Martell were playing linebacker together, and Lee was just everywhere. He almost picked Burns off and sixed it at one point. He jumped the route and just dropped right off his chest. I almost killed him. But he was pulling big flags, chasing people down. He was getting hit and pulling flags on that last play. Like, that's a hard flag to make on Keo. If you look at that slowly, Keo went all the way down. His knee almost touched the ground. Like I don't know how anybody pulls that flag in a moment like that. That's hard. And he pulled it. I think it was at like the 4. Um, they only
Yeah, it
had
looked
like
like he
5
was
seconds.
so close, and they tried running, and they ran out of time.
No, so they had 5 seconds left, and they were getting ready to snap the ball, and Shane called a timeout, which was a ballsy move.
Yeah,
But there were a couple people stuck in wind on that last play, and respectfully, Demon Time has a more athletic roster than we do across the board. It's
right,
hard to cover, Haverty, Keogh, Arlen when he's there.
right.
That's a tough offense. Um, so we called the timeout. Lee was actually dead that play, and he asked me to step in for him on the goal line. I was like, "Are you sure, bro? Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to come in. You guys were locking it down the whole drive." But he was stuck in wind. He was like dragging himself off the field. But Burns ended up, you know, throwing a questionable ball to Lewis on the last play of the game. It was over his head in the back of the end zone.
And that
Not
ended
a good throw. And that ended it. Yeah, but you know, just a questionable throw to begin with, though, because it was kind of forced. If you watch the video, he threw it at like 3, maybe 4 seconds, so he still had another 3 or 4 seconds. Um, and with all due respect to Lewis, because he was beasting all season, I'm not down on him at all, but probably not the guy I'm trying to hit in the back of the end zone for a jump ball for a spot in the playoffs too. You know what I mean?
right, right.
Um,
And shout out to, I mean, what could have, and it just kind of sums up their season. To be honest, like Demon Time had such a rough season, and they were right there to get in the playoffs, which would have been outstanding. And then
Yeah.
what bites them again? Goal line offense, and just didn't one last play, just kind of to sum up the season. Their goal line offense
That's
was
tough
awful
because they
all
were
year.
they were up a couple scores.
Up a couple scores, got a lot of hate. Kind of, I don't want to say the laughing stock of the league, but I've given them a lot of shit. I've given them a lot of shit, and they had a chance. Shout out to them for beating. That means they beat Dream Killers, right?
they did, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you know what I mean. Not an easy team to beat.
no, they play tough no matter what their
They're one
competition
play away,
is.
and you know what I mean. Unfortunately, their season's over. But so Ben, now thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. My phone tweaked.
You were
So
frozen. Mike.
so that concluded it. So excuse me, Candy wins that side of the bracket. And Ben, what happened in your championship game?
Yeah, so we
That was
obviously
a really good game.
we drew bad boys. And I wasn't deferring, so we took the ball first. We went down, and it was kind of scary because they stopped us right at the goal line. They played some really good defense, and then we basically just huddled up and buckled down. We had obviously played them earlier in the season, so we kind of knew what they wanted to do. And without Yogi, they're kind of limited on what they can do. So we just, got together and decided that we were going to stop the run and play more physical than them. And Mike, like Rodriguez and Timmons and some of these guys, when it gets to the playoffs, it's just a different fucking atmosphere. So we did what we needed to do as far as locking them down and playing good defense. We got House out of sorts. He couldn't make the deep throws to Vance. Himmons was fucking out of control. Like Himmons Island, dude. He like 3 or 4 balls where he tracked with Vance the whole way and just made
He
huge
really
stops.
did.
So yeah, like
Really
really,
did.
really big plays.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
and so we
that
wound
was
up
a shutout
scoring.
too, right?
Yeah, we wound up scoring, and then we put the pressure on them, and the kind of the same problem they had all season with their offense. They just couldn't make the big play, and we just kind of locked down, and it got down to the last thing. We just killed the clock. So it was a really good game, 14-0. But shout out to Yeba, because with no Yogi, that's a tough draw. When he's your heart and soul of your team. So
Yep.
Yeah. So congrats to you, both of you guys. I got a question for both of you guys. I'll start with you, Junior. Um, do you think it's an advantage going into the playoffs with winning a play-in, because it's kind of, I don't want to say, I guess you could say house money, but you guys really, I feel like, you play with nothing to lose. You know what I mean? So maybe just give me some insight on that. What's the mentality after going through a gauntlet like that? And now having to go the next Sunday, and now you're in the playoffs, man. It's you're here.
So I think at the end of the day, any of the 5 teams on either division who made the playoffs are good teams and hard and tough teams to beat for anybody to play them. So at the end of the day, whether it's us or Boom Boom, we're gonna have to get through that first game. we're gonna have to play Grizzly Bears after if we beat Houday. We're gonna probably end up either playing, Gods or Prime Time in the conference. Those are just games like that you try not to think about ahead of time as far as coming in like that. But um, to say it's an advantage, I guess yes and no, because for us, we had a tough season, finishing 1-8, but then to win 2 games in a situation like that for a spot to the dance, you know, that's one more game than we won all season in one day. So
Yeah.
that's different for us. That changes some momentum in the locker room for us.
Yep.
I can't speak for Boom Boom, but knowing what we're going to do for a defense going in, because it's worked the last 4 games for us now, knowing what we're going to do as an offensive game plan now, having the confidence knowing that it worked 2 games prior in high pressure situations. Houday's going to be a tough team. When we played them before, I wasn't there for that game, and it was Iron
Point
Man.
game, right?
What was that?
I think it was a 1 or 2 point final, right?
It was a 1-point game, 27-26. It was Iron Man. So
Good to know, man.
but
Playoff
but
football.
Playoff
listen,
football.
but Houday still had Hosby, Dome, Deuce, Thomas White, Danny Cruz. They didn't show up with their JV roster. And I'm not saying K&D did, but on paper, if you're putting money on something, or if you're drafting one team or the other, most people are probably going to pick that Houday team at the end of the day. To
Right.
come within 1 point, Dome will probably sit there and make his jokes and be like, "Oh, we were missing this guy and that guy and blah 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 blah." But Dome can squat in cucumber fields for all I care. uh,
I think that
Go
I
ahead.
think sorry to cut you off, but I just think that it is Houday, if you look at it, and I think someone said 13-point favorite in going to this game, which probably if Vegas was to make a spread, it should be probably 2 scores. But this it feels like a Celtics versus Heat game 7 with Celtics -8. I think Houday should honestly, and I know I'm going to get a lot of Dome's probably already messaging me. They should win this game, and I wouldn't, and they should. No, they should win this game if you think about it. And Junior, it's not an insult to Junior. It's just if you look at the roster, the seasons, Houday should win this game. But the biggest thing is it is very difficult to beat teams twice, man. In any type of football, it's tough to beat teams twice in a season. You know what I mean? And
in any flag
catching
on top of that, this is a draft season.
Yeah,
so
you're catching Candy, who just doubled their win total in one day, and we played 2 game 7s and down 2 scores in a short game in a game 7 and 1. I think that it's gonna be a fucking. I think this is a pick'em, and I know that's gonna sound to the experts. People are gonna say that sounds fucking stupid, and K&D could get blown out. You know what I mean? But I think this is gonna be a fucking grind out game.
everyone, it's a new season right here. Everyone's 0-0 in my eyes.
Dome just fucking threw his phone when you said that.
He's proven me wrong before, so he could again. But I think it's gonna be a grind out game. And Ben, what do you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree that it's kind of an advantage. I don't necessarily want to be sitting around without the chemistry, taking a week off. Some of these guys play blitz and, whatever, like you and Patty, you guys are on when you're doing stuff. But, we can go in there, take a little bit of the self-doubt out, and then play really well without Kevin, and just we know adding Kevin back to the roster is only going to make us better. But knowing, hey, we just beat a Nor'easters team that was hot and a really good Bad Boys team without Kevin, let's fucking go in and have that rematch against the Punishers that we know we beat them in the preseason, and we were missing some pieces when we played them the first time, and let's go in and win that and set up a rematch with fucking you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what do you guys, I mean, Ben, you've been in this position before, coming off of average to below average regular season, and I know that's in the back of your mind that you've won a championship like this.
Yeah, I mean, I've been secretly telling the guys, and you can ask for receipts. I've been telling them probably 3-4 weeks ago. It feels a lot like season 2. Kind of an uneven first half of the season. We start to click the second half of the season. We play all the really good teams tough. We played you guys tough. We played only Flags tough, even though the score says otherwise. We beat Houday. You know, it's there. The chemistry's coming together. Our defense is starting to show up. It's it's trickling in, and now coming off this play-in, it's kind of that same thing. Let's get the ball rolling and keep it going. So I think
Yeah.
we're all locked in and ready to go. So I saw what you said earlier in the captain's chat. It's kind of a crapshoot. Like I agree. You know, I think Jay is really the wild card as far as like Only Flags being like just a notch above everybody else, because obviously you guys don't have Patty now. But I don't feel like we can't beat anybody. I think it's fair game for all of the teams.
And you said that
So
too. That's how you should look at it. There's no reason for you not. Because if you get that doubt gets in your mind, oh, we're probably gonna lose, but let's have fun. It's like, okay, you lost.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to go in. And Dome has spoken. Dome has spoken. Dome said, with that logic, that means you guys were gonna lose to Only Flags. Well, we're not playing Only Flags first round or second round, so I'm not worried about Only Flags right now. But if we were to play them, it would be a tough game. It is. I stand by what I just said. It doesn't mean it can't happen. Who they can beat K&D. They should beat K&D. But Only Flags, we played almost perfect football, and Jay had his worst game of the year, and we still almost lost. So that's I'll
It'll be
leave it at
tough.
that.
Yep.
But
Playoff
gentlemen,
draft league, whole different story now.
we've always said that, Junior. It's the pressure. It hits different people different ways. It's way different style of play for me, at least. It's the way you control the game, the
It's
clock.
even more physical than the regular
Yeah.
season. Like
It's not
nobody
even
wants
about
to lose.
it's not even about who's the 1 seed and who's the 6 seed in a
No.
league like this anymore
No.
either. It's about
Look at
who's
TD Mafia.
left and who's playing, and that's it.
Yeah.
I
Boom,
don't think
boom,
I mean,
boom, boom. Winning season 2, you guys went what 3-6 or some shit like that, 4-5.
4-5, I think it was. TD Mafia was the 8
4 and
seed.
6.
Yeah,
It was 10
exactly.
game season.
I don't think the
You
1
go-
seed has ever won the
Championship. No.
Greek
Yeah.
Gods had a good year. They were like probably a 2 seed, but then Boom Boom was a 9 seed, and
It's basically
TD
like,
Mafia was like an 8 seed.
it's
so-
basically like NHL playoffs out there.
Yeah, yeah, which is cool. Which is, if you think about it, it's really cool because
This is
it's
honestly
always
this is Junior's revenge tour because what season 2 is Stick Talk. You guys are a fucking wagon, and you went in there looking like you were just gonna fucking walk through, and then you guys choked the dick on fucking
we did
that
walk
2
through.
score.
We walked
And now
through
you're
for about
coming in as the
5
fucking
minutes.
last seed. So
he said for fuck. But that's pretty much it, Patty. You got any other last questions?
No, that's it. I would say good luck, fellas. We got a big weekend coming up. Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to watch some football. A lot of good matchups across the board, and anything can happen. So
absolutely, good luck, Junior.
Hey, shout out to Primetime for still getting an 8 a.m. game, even first round in the playoffs.
That's awesome, dude. I didn't even think of that.
thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Good luck.
All right, perfect. That went well.
That was awesome.
Nice little
So
segment with the boys.
that is your playing winners: K&D, Captain Junior, and Boom Boom, Captain Ben. Good luck to both of them.
Yep.
Unless we somehow see them.
Yeah, and
Then the luck has to stop.
if we see them, we're miking up me versus fucking Ben, the head coaches.
We're letting you guys run 1-on-1s. And best of 5.
I'll literally fucking beat him in crutches.
You and crutches.
I'll
Okay.
beat him with my crutches.
All right. What do we got next, Pat?
Next we're gonna tap into the matchups that we know of on this Sunday. We won't make any predictions further than that. We'll go through the matchups that we know.
I like
Or
that.
actually, and then we'll say maybe who we think would win against the teams that have the bye.
Yeah,
or
we
no.
can even talk about real briefly. We can talk about the nominees for the award.
Yeah, we can. Quickly, everybody make sure, I don't want to hear any controversial stuff. That
Yeah,
everybody
you have
is
a say.
everybody is able to vote. It's on the league website, northeastflagleague.com.
You don't have a computer, go to your local library, go to Drink It. Shout out to Drink It Tire sponsoring this episode.
The
It's been a
official-
while.
Yeah, that's
And what are they offering this week, Patrick?
This week they are offering yet again another free oil change for just $49. The price went up a little bit due to the economy rising as well.
Nobody's offering free oil changes for $49.99.
Nope. So go on over to Drake It Tire. Let them know that the boys over there from Flip the Bird Media sent you, and you'll get absolutely nothing other than a $49 oil change.
That's it. So go and vote. Let's do that real quick, maybe. Let's just get get that over there.
Should we say the nominees real quick?
Yeah.
All right.
You can vote officially on the website. Go to northeastflagleague.com, and then
Right
there's
here.
going to be a tab over to the right, and it says award voting.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a little tricky, okay? You have to, when you click who the nominee is, for each one, you have to hit vote.
Right.
So don't just do it all the way at the bottom. Don't hit vote. You have to hit vote for it to count on each category. That's what I found out earlier.
Yep.
So, the nominees are League MVP. We got Jay Charles. We got Jacob Lapointe. We got Mr. Mikey Howe. We got Carter. And we got Andrew Duval for League MVPs.
Hard to argue with that.
I mean, I'd be cool with any one of those guys getting it. I think every single one of them have played like dogs this year. So,
yeah.
QB of the year, we got Jacob Lapointe, Jay Charles, Danny Dimes, because I can't.
Danny Meatballs.
Danny Meatballs. I can't
It's
sound.
been a
out his
while
last
since
name.
we
I don't know if anybody can. We got Riley Cody, and we got again Mr. Mikey Howe. And then for the offensive player of the year, we have Matt Shannon. We have Mr. FTB himself, Brian Pacheco.
It looks like that. I gotta give Cheeks a shout out because it looks like they didn't. He also played quarterback too, and it does. I don't think they put his quarterback stats in there, but
so that absolutely should be in there because I think that would make a better case for him to win Offensive Player of the Year. He is a guy he is a receiver, and he had to play quarterback twice or once.
I think he played quarterback fully one game, and then he had some snaps last week of the year.
Okay, so we'll give him one game because the last one doesn't count. But he played against Primetime and they won. So, and then you got Mike Archibald. I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
Archibald.
Also a rookie.
Also a rookie, and then so two rookies in there. And then you got Carter Cormier, and you got Deuce Jennings as well for Offensive Player of the Year.
And Deuce, you could see him all over the sport. Same with Carter, and same with a few guys. But I know Deuce is on offensive, defensive. Same with Carter, Duval. There's a couple guys who are just all over this.
Yep. And I need to make a correction. A couple weeks ago, we did Defensive Player of the Year, and I specifically looked up interceptions under Carter's name. He was the first dude that popped into my mind for Defensive Player of the Year. I looked at the stats, incorrect. I saw that he had 0 interceptions. I read it wrong. I think he had like 6 at the time, and that was a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So I think I think that bumps him for me. That's enough for me to vote for Defensive Player of the Year. But anyways, it's Andrew Duval, Carter Cormier, Scott Sock, which is that's a nice sleeper one right there.
6 forced fumbles is insane.
That is insane. I didn't realize he had 6 forced fumbles. That's fucking diesel. And then what is it, Eliza? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Eliza
champ, and we've always known his resume at defense.
Top tier flag puller, no doubt. Then Deuce Jennings again, and then Yogi as well. So, wow, 2 bad boys in nominations there for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm glad to see Yogi on there because we've talked about it how many times he impacts whether it's on the stat sheet or not. I mean, just as a defensive player.
Yep. And then Rookie of the Year. This is going to be a really
tight.
Well,
I don't know who's going to win this.
I don't either. And this one's really tough, man. Danny Dimes, you got Matt Shannon, you got Mike Archibald, you got Dane, and you got Jamal Woods. I mean, all these guys, you could make a case that they should be Rookie of the Year.
Might have to split that award into 5. One person gets the leg, one person gets the arm, break up the trophy, and you're saying like the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Everyone's gonna get a little piece of the trophy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or even better, they could do a ladder match. And
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Last man standing.
Yeah. Something like that.
Elimination chamber. Yeah.
We could maybe host it. We'll have to give some insurance companies a couple of calls. Not sure if that's
we're gonna work on that
just yet, but we can definitely reach out and get a map of when that would be possible. A timeline, if you will. Most improved player, and I want to give a good shout out to all the nominees here. Most improved player. This is one that I just respect. This is one of my favorites. You're in a draft league, right? Every session is a new session. You know what I mean? You're on a new team. You got a new quarterback, new teammates. So all these guys were able to, ball out this season and, make a name for themselves as most improved player of the year. So shout out to all these guys. You got, and again, all these guys, like any of these dudes could win this. You have Tyler Amigo, who played great all
He went
season long.
crazy this year.
You have Jordan Porter, who literally
My dog.
he played outstanding this
My
whole
dog.
season.
Yeah.
He made clutch catches. He made game winners. He's fucking hitting the guitar. Like, he's different. You got Ant Neves, who is also different. I told him before week 1. I told Ant that we drafted him because I think that he's a game changer on both sides of the ball.
And he was.
That's literally exactly what he's been to our team. He has been a fucking game changer on both sides of the ball. And also, he brings a lot of the energy for the Blue Lobsters. Big shout out to Ant. He's a huge piece to our success. And then Sean Brennan from Demon Time. That's another. He is really impressed me with his flag pulling.
Yeah.
He's an excellent flag puller. He's able to make contested flag pulls, which is always tough. And he's played great all season on defense. And then Kyle Gora, who took a huge step up at quarterback. He's a big piece of the success of the Guardians as well.
Huge.
So
Huge. Big playoff game this week.
shout out to the boys. And then the last award here, we have the Man of the Year. Again, big shout out to all these guys. You got Jose Chicky. You got Yeba. You got Brian Michael, who absolutely rips it on all the lives. Big shout out to Brian Michael. You got Jeremy Beelan, who's just a class act. Everybody can agree with that. You know what I mean? Just a fucking great guy to get to know over the sessions, over the years. Happy to have Jeremy Beelan in my corner. And then we have none other than our boy Robbie Satram, the silent member of Flip the Bird. So
Robert, do you want to say it? Can Robert?
no one can hear him.
No, he's
No
on.
one can hear. What'd you say, Robbie?
Well, thank you. Well, I can hear Robbie, and
Do you want us to make a statement for you, Rob? He said no.
we did unofficially. So Robert made a good point. We unofficially gave the award to Chicky a few weeks ago, but there was a riot or something going on. They
Some
wanted,
of the ballots were.
they wanted, yeah,
in.
the mail-in ballots are still coming in. So
Some sketchy stuff was going on.
we don't know what's gonna happen. But
Recount.
I wouldn't mind seeing any of those guys win it. I mean, it's a cool award. It's an awesome award.
And it's a
It
well
shines light, even just being a nominated shines light on a lot of work that gets done every week and behind the scenes, and it's nice to have these guys recognized for that.
Yes, sir.
That confirms, that concludes the voting. So let's get into the most exciting part, the playoffs.
Best time of the year.
Best time of the year. We have 8 hours of commercial-free football on the boulevard. More like maybe 4.5 hours, but come on down.
On down. Wow, look
I
at
like
this.
that
It's
it's kind of early too. We got the whole.
I love it. I
Yeah.
literally love the way that it's set up.
Yeah. So we'll start with the 8 a.m. games. We're gonna kind of bounce off both sides of the bracket.
A little over here, a little over there.
Yeah, and let's start with that. Just like Junior said, I mean, 8 a.m. game for prime time. I feel like they have to be, like, what does Bane say? I was born in the dark.
Yeah.
I think primetime was born at 8 a.m. because they just every time they have it looks like they have an 8 a.m.
Did they request those? What's going on with that?
I don't know.
Do we have to
No,
look
they
further
definitely,
into
they
this?
definitely did not.
Okay.
They definitely did not request that, but
What?
I'll show you after. Yeah, right there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Ruh-roh. Okay, so primetime honey badgers. I'm gonna let you lead this one off.
Oh.
Because I honestly, and you know, where is it? Where's the notebook?
The Notebook?
Yeah, we
It's
got
right here, but we didn't do last week.
That's okay.
Last week's a wash. I got my fucking leg blown into smithereens.
Wait, should we can cover that in another time, but let's.
What? My leg?
No.
Oh.
The
You
recap.
want a pen, Bubba?
Week 8, we did our predictions. Do
Yeah.
you want to go over
No,
that?
those are fucking
No?
easy fugazi. We're done with
Are
those.
you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, looking at some of your picks, yeah. Wow,
Should
nice
we
pick.
read?
Yeah, let's go through that real quick. Do we have?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, real quick. We're gonna do it just for this, and we'll say it
Should I
started
pull
then.
up the what was it? This should be
Week 9 results.
Okay.
And do you want to start now? I'm gonna give you the option. Do you want this to count towards the new record? And
No,
so what was this for? Just nothing?
this is just fucking I don't know. This was before I fucking blew my leg to
All right. Real quick, let's go through it because I had a good year, so I want to know. And you didn't have a bad year either.
I really didn't, but I got absolutely blown out. Where am I going here? It's week 9.
Week 9. All right. First game, Nor'easter's Whiskey Boy.
What did I pick? I picked Nor'easter, right?
What was the final? Wow, you got, what is it? We do 1 for correct, 2 for within 10, 3 for within 5, and 5 if you get it right.
Yeah.
All right, so you got, what was the final? Oh, they beat him by 9.
37-28, Nor'easter on top.
So you get 3 points, dude. I picked the Whiskey Boys.
Oh.
Why the fuck did I do that?
Fucking.
All right, maybe we shouldn't do this.
No, we're going through them now.
All right, 0-3.
All right,
what's next?
Next up, we got Dream Killers versus Prime Time. Dream Killers on top, 32-24. Wow, I didn't even fucking realize that.
Wait, who won? Dream
Dream Killers, right?
Beat
That's what I'm
Prime Time
reading.
by how much?
32-24.
So you picked Prime Time by 12.
So-
I, for some reason, picked DK by 3.
Wow.
Yeah, so that I needed that. But that's
Holy
only within.
shit. Winner.
How much did
chicken
they
nugget.
win? By 8?
Yep.
Yes, and I had
That's
it
a
by
fucking
3.
three-piece chicken
Yep,
nugget.
so we're even now.
Scumbag.
All right,
Next
what do we
up,
have next?
Hustlers versus Boom Boom Athletics.
That's a big
Hustlers
0 for
lose
both of us.
21-31. We both picked Hustlers.
I said Hustlers by 9. You said Hustlers by 6. Wow, this was a rough week.
Next up, we got Greek Gods versus Houday. And good lordy.
How do I get so much shit from Dome and I get so much shit from Houday? I picked Houday to win this game.
Just by not, you didn't have him to win by enough points for Dome's like.
I had them. All right, you had Greek Gods, so you get a 0.
Jesus.
I had Houday by 8, so I only get 1 point, but still.
That's big in a week like this. Next up, we got Only Flags
God.
41 versus Guardians
25.
16.
We're both. I'm not even gonna say what we did, but we both get.
We
1
are
point.
moving on.
1 point apiece there. We both pick only flags though.
KND versus Demon Time 27-33. Final Demon Time finishes on top.
Okay. Who did you had? Deep. Oh no. What was it?
Ding 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 ding. Do we got a ringer?
Ding 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 ding. We have one of us guessed the score
It's me.
correctly,
Yeah, it's me.
and it was Patrick.
Oh, that's
Demon
big. How many
Time,
points?
That's 5
That's
points.
5,
You said
that's right.
Demon Time by 6, and I picked K&D. That's a 5-0. That's a sweep. You
That's
can't
a
get any
fucking
worse than
Demon
that.
Time, my boys. Let's go.
All right.
Wow, what a game here. But okay.
You said all right. So I got at least. Well,
I don't
this
think
is
talking
you only
about
got
this
one. BBL, you said by 12. So
Did
you
I?
only- BBL by 12.
I thought I said 2.
All right. Yeah. BBL by 12. I said BBL by 4. So I'm gonna get 3. So I gained 2
Yeah,
on
alright.
that.
All right, 2 games
I
left.
have
We
lost
got
this week, dude.
yeah, you got fucking yeah. TD Mafia versus Honey Badgers.
Ding ding ding.
No, me or you?
Patrick with another perfect. Wait. Who won though?
TD Mafia.
Oh.
Oh, I had Honey Badgers winning by
that's
6.
hard. So maybe I might have came back. Yeah, I
fucking
misread
kidding.
that. I thought Honey Badgers won. No, it's not.
Not
Okay.
according to this.
I said
website.
TDM by 4, so I got 3
Mhm.
there.
That's
That's a 3-0.
what's the score?
Oh no,
About
you
1,
might
right?
you might have lost this week, dude.
Mhm.
I don't know. I haven't counted it yet, but
Oh my
You-
goodness.
that
Grizzly Bears lost 65-20.
and you had Grizzly Bears by 12. I had Punishers by 12.
Good lord, I lost.
So that's
Or did we
35. That's
tie?
only 1 point for me.
I think we
because-
tied.
So let's see. Let's count it up. So you had 0,
You
0,
need a
1,
calculator, bud? Use your fingers.
6, 7.
Yeah.
You had 10 points.
Yeah.
I had 3, 4, 5. Dude, you lost.
You fucking destroyed
3,
me.
4, 5, 8, 11, 12. I didn't
You're
destroy it. Well,
fucking
you
kidding me.
guessed 5 games wrong. That's what killed you. I guessed 3 games wrong.
Excellent. Moving on.
Sorry. I
Well,
mean, I thought
hey,
after that 5.
Can I tell you something? It's
You-
a new world. We're in the
All I can
playoffs.
say is you blew a big lead. But anyway, we're on the playoffs.
And it's now I'm 0-0 in the playoffs. What do you want to bet? We have to make a wager for who wins
at the end of total playoff.
total. Yes,
A
total.
pizza, a chicken finger pizza.
Chicken finger pizza and a fucking drink.
Okay.
And a drink to my
Okay.
choice after I win.
Let's start with that Punishers versus.
You have to start this one.
Okay, all right. Punisher. Excuse me. Primetime versus Honey Badgers.
Oh, never mind.
You start off then. Go ahead.
All right, I will. I got Honey Badgers winning this game
Why?
because of playoff Jimmy, and I think that they've been a team that can beat anyone all season long. I think they've underperformed, but I think that they've got a good chemistry going on in that locker room. I think these are the games Jimmy shows up in, and I think that Honey Badgers upset Primetime in that 8 o'clock game, and I got Honey Badgers winning by 6 points.
Okay. I don't think it would be really an upset. I think Primetime is favored, but it is technically 4 or 5 points. I just seen the way Riley played in the playoffs last year. He almost beat Dream Killers, and he won a triple overtime game against what was their team? Outsiders. I mean,
Riley
I don't
always
know,
shows
man.
up in the playoffs. Always.
that's gonna be a physical fucking game.
That's a
I didn't check the
tough
weather,
matchup. I think it's a beautiful day.
I like Primetime. I like Primetime. I think. So you had
Honey Badgers by 6.
Okay, so let me write that.
Chat, who you guys got in these games? Honey Badgers versus Primetime.
Yeah, help us out.
Who do
Help
we
me
got?
out.
Who do we got? Who do we got?
All right, you said you had Honey Badgers by 6?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go Primetime. Primetime by 3. Primetime by 3. That's gonna be a good game to watch. I'm gonna have to get there early, and I'll probably be there all day and watch some of these games. I mean, that's must see television. That game especially.
Yeah.
This one's a good one too. Guardians Hustlers. I don't even know.
And
I mean,
geez,
earlier
real
in
quick-
the season, week 3, one team was 3-0.
Real quick, shout out to Gibby. I hope that he gets healthy.
Yeah.
He fucking had a very tough injury.
Yeah.
So I hope that he gets healthy, and that's a tough loss for the Guardians.
Huge loss. Dude.
That's a huge loss, man, for them. He's a big piece of their success over there
Yeah.
on
That's
offense
awesome, man.
and defense. So
Prayers up for Gibby. Guardians, that's tough. 8 a.m. going in against the Hustlers, who they almost were in that plan, but they're there.
they
And
avoided it.
they avoided it, and they really turned their season around, man, after how they started. So who do you got, Pat? Let's see this. This is going to be a tight game.
Dude. This one's so fucking hard. This is a pick 'em for me. 2 points, and I'm trying to figure out what team I think's gonna win.
Points by a team, too. I got my pick.
Can you go first?
I got Guardians by 2 points. But I think this is going to be a crapshoot.
I'll say, because I need a chicken finger pizza from you. I'm gonna go Hustlers by 2.
Okay, I respect that.
I don't know.
But now you're not loving it.
I don't love it. Can I take that back?
Oh, pen is on the paper.
Oh, I might
Yes,
regret this.
Ann says Hustlers by 1. Bryce says Primetime by 4 in that other game. Stevie has my mullet by 100. I love that pick. I love that pick. I mean, dude, back-to-back 8 a.m. games that are going to be a grind out. What do we got next?
Next up, we've got the 9:30 window, and we got Punishers versus
Another game.
Boom Boom.
So Punishers beat the bag out of Boom Boom earlier in this year.
Yes, they did. That was during the
But that
rain.
was the rain game.
That was the rain game. And dude, I literally seen Punishers just not even play at the end of the game. They were letting Boom Boom score. They say, "Go ahead."
Which is insane.
I love it.
I think Boom Boom, though, is going to be well prepared for this game.
Thank you.
This is where Boom Boom thrives, dude. They is off this playoff. Some of those guys just go into a different mentality. Like I've seen it.
I seen
Rodriguez,
and
Super Bowl
another
champ.
one, dude. That
Timmons, 2-time
Timmons,
champ.
buddy. They literally had him on fucking J.
2-time Super Bowl champ. Brian Timmons. That's how you got it. People got to better address him when you see him.
That's facts, man. That's facts.
You seen it when it counts. It's just some players. I don't know, man. They step up when it counts.
And some are a fucking shell of themselves.
Who do you got? Who do you got in this?
Oh shit! I don't know. This one you have to go first because I can't. I don't know.
Dude,
This one's really hard.
I think I think BBL is playing Boom Boom in the rivalry. That's gonna be a fucking crazy game, man. And Boom Boom, I'm a little scared to play Boom because I.
Oh my god! Don't fucking say that on my show.
I've said that.
Ben just clipped that.
That's fine. Hey, that's fine. I'm scared to play them just because I've written them to dead, dude. I've legit signed their will, dude. It's like I hired a hitman to kill him, and I'm already fucking. You know what I mean? Yeah,
You're already at the funeral before
yeah,
that.
celebrating their death, making sure that they're in the casket. But wait a minute, the casket's empty, and Boom Boom's right behind me. It's like the Undertaker. So I don't know, man. I got Boom Boom. I got Boom Boom by.
Punishers are on
Three,
a fucking
man.
heater, dude. They're
Yes,
on a
they are.
5-game heater.
I mean, we picked against each other every pick, so.
I know. Oh, this one's like.
Ian said scared. Well, first of all, with
Yeah,
that being
dude,
said,
that's what I'm saying, Ant. Like, what the fuck, dude?
with that being said,
Chat, who you guys got in this one? I need to call in a friend.
BBL by, if we play Boom Boom, BBL by
Fucking
7 touchdowns.
yeah.
But they got some. They got ammo, but I always got ammo too, so.
Oh, all right. I guess I got. This one's so fucking hard, dude. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with those fucking assholes at Boom Boom.
Really?
I am, yeah. Yeah.
You're
I got
going
them by 4 points.
as the underdog. So you took the cowards.
What
way
did you?
out there.
What was your score?
By 3.
All right. Yeah, I got them by 4. I got
But
them
that's
by 4.
good
They're
because
on a
whenever I
heater as
pick
well.
them, they lose. So
Islander, what's good, my boy?
that's the end of their season if we both pick them. Because every time they get bet against, that's when they perform. And whenever
Who, the Punishers?
no Boom Boom. Whenever you bet for Boom Boom, they let you down. Whenever you bet against them, Ben just sends you a receipt after the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, on the other side, all right, we talked about this one a little bit, but I mean, on paper, who they should handle this? Who do you got?
I think they handle this on paper and on the football field as well.
Okay.
I got Houday by 12.
Okay, so you have Uday by 12.
Yeah.
I think it's closer. I think I think that like I said before, I think this game could go either way. I think that just based off of roster, Houday's just gonna have a little bit too much star power for K&D. Wouldn't surprise me if it goes either way, but I'm gonna go Houday by 2 points. Another close win.
Okay. And I mean that's it for this week, right? How do we do the other games? I don't know how we would do that.
We're gonna have to probably just call it right there, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Unless we go. Okay, let me ask you this. So if you were, we'll do a last segment. Is who is your team? Who's your sleeper in the playoffs for both sides?
Sleeper?
Yeah. I think I know you said that Honey Badgers is your team to watch, but
I would probably pick Hustlers, but they would have a really, really tough matchup if they get out of that 8 a.m. game. So I'm not sure. I don't think I would pick them to go further than that. So I guess it would force me to be have to say Boom Boom
yeah.
on our side
Yeah.
because I don't know. I guess I'd go with Boom Boom on this side as my sleeper, and then on the other side, I would probably pick Honey Badgers, which is like crazy to even call them a sleeper.
It feels similar to what they did last year. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they were in that, they had to play in a playing team. They had to play Blue Storm, you guys, right? First round.
Yep.
Beat Dirty Squad, a good Dirty Squad team, and then we're one play away against TD Mafia. So, the way I see it is, and I've said this publicly, and I've gotten a lot of looks when I say this. I think the only team, I think that teams better hope that we beat Only Flags because I think realistically we're the only team that's shown that we can beat them. And I think if we play or if we get eliminated even before that game, but I think if Only Flags doesn't see BBL, then they win the championship. I think BBL has shown that we can lose to any team, but the one
We can
team,
beat any team.
Exactly. So, but
And you
only
can't say that
Flags.
about every team.
Yeah, and only Flags. The only team that's shown that they could even step on the same field with them has been us. So I think this side of the bracket is a little bit less of a crapshoot, but I think that other side of the bracket is a complete toss up. But what teams are not really talking enough about, I think, is Grizzly Bears, because they had a 9-1, 8-1 season, and nobody's really. I know they're the 1 seed, but nobody's really talking about them. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
They won every
them.
close game.
They had a really tough strength of schedule as well.
Yeah, and they proved it. I don't think people are talking about Grizzly Bears enough. But at the same time, I think that anybody could come out of that side of the bracket. I wouldn't be surprised. Literally, not with a single team. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep. I mean, the favorite has never won the NEFL championship in the history of
Never.
the league. So that's
good for us. But
that, that says something. That does say something that anybody can win it. What was the lowest seed in NEFL history to win a championship? Was it Boom Boom?
boom, boom. Yep.
And what were you guys? 8, 6?
9.
Wow.
Yep. So anything can happen in the playoffs.
Dude.
Yep. Anything can happen in the playoffs. All right, Patty. Any last words?
That's it. I'll say everybody, take care of yourselves this week. We got some really good football to play on Sunday. It's going to be physical. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be competitive. No one wants to lose. You know what I mean? So I'd say everybody take care of yourself. Stay healthy, and let's watch some good football.
Yeah, and last thing, if you guys are still watching, whoever's in here, please smash that thumbs up button. And always, if you're not subscribed, please do.
Yeah.
So we can try to hit our goal. But let's have fun Sunday. This is what it's all about. And thanks again, everyone, for tuning in.
Appreciate it, everybody. We will